Let's wait for it. Let's keep going. It says, listen, he says, and increase that kind. Watch it. Everything about you, if you don't hang up on God. Look at your neighbor and say, don't hang up on God. Don't hang up on God. Next one, Victoria, quick. We got to go fast. Blessed shall I be in the basket in that store. He said, whatever you put your hands on, your business, everything, it's going to grow if you don't hang up.
Come on, sir.
Ooh. Come on, somebody. I started this message. I had somebody ring my phone and they answer and then hang up. Hello, somebody. Because that's how we do God. We call him. But as soon as he answers, most of us hang up. Oh, yeah, we do. Because we only want him to answer. We don't want him to finish the work. That's why he always asks, will thou be made whole? That's right. See, now you got to keep on the line, hello, somebody, to be made whole. Hello, somebody. But most of us just want him to answer. Just give him a blessing. Don't look at the rest. That's right. That's right. Come on now. Yeah. I told you it's like a man. See, God is, God is like man, and the church is like the woman, and he's doing all this courting. Yeah. He telling you all the things he's gonna do for you. He's showing you how much he's interested in all that stuff like that. He's spending his blessing all on you, whatever, and you don't even like him. But you took his stuff, and you didn't even say thank you. Oh, somebody say, who is he talking about? I'm trying to get y'all to get this thing today about short scenarios. It said, blessed shall that be when that comes in. Watch this now. And blessed shall that be when that go out. Whatever you do, wherever you go, in or out, if you don't hang up, God got you. I'm trying to get you to get this thing. When you let go and let God, let go and let love, I'm telling you, everything will be awesome. Amen. When you want something, you got to start speaking it. Amen. You got to walk in it. Even before it happened, you got to believe those things to be so before it come to pass. Well, I'm trying to help somebody today. See, I said, God, why you got me preaching all this message with the word love? He said, because that's who I am. And the church has forgotten their first love. They don't love me no more. They just want what I got. That's right. Come on, man. They're pimping me, not blessing me. I'm not their priest, I'm their pimp. This is a heavy message. I hope y'all can handle it. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before them. What, God? He said, Proverbs 16:7, he says, those that please the Lord, even your enemies going to have peace with you. He said, I got your enemies. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rise up, folk talking about you, I got all that. Come on. God is a good man. Yes, he's a great groom. The question, are we a good bride? Most relationships are one-sided. Oh, you don't hear me. Either the bride is doing a wonderful job and the groom is a counterfeit, or the groom is doing a great job because he's the true groom and the bride is a counterfeit. See, because there's responsibilities. You ain't got to guess at this thing. There's responsibilities that's required in each position. A bride has responsibilities. It's always called the church a bride for female because I told you earlier, it must birth and produce and nurture and develop. It must be suitable, adapt, and complementary. That's how the church is supposed to be. It's supposed to be suitable to whoever they have received as God's man or woman. You're supposed to make the pastor's vision able. Oh, this is a good one. Well. And then you're supposed to adapt through the process when it don't come to pass like we want it. And you're supposed to be always complimentary. And the church took that test. For most of the churches, for their pastors, most churches would flunk. Ooh, this is heavy. Look at the neighbor and say, don't hang up. The question is, personally as a church, say it, personally as a church, have you been suitable? Have you been suitable? Listen to this thing now. Watch this. The Lord shall cause him. Go to the next verse, Victoria. Listen, go to this thing. Watch this. He said, the Lord shall command the blessings upon thee, thy storehouses. Listen, go to the next verse, man. What he's saying is that, listen, you just don't hang up. You just take this love of God. Anybody ever had a good man? For the ladies, anybody have a good man? I'm talking about a good man. I mean, he provides. He says all the right things. He protects you. Hello, somebody. He feeds you. You feel comfortable with it. You miss him when he's not there. His spirit is always with you. I just want to know. Maybe some bait ladies don't know what that's like. But can I get at least one amen in the house to know that's had a good man? Come on now. Jeez, hey, glory. Glory. And for the rest of us that haven't, that I ain't have no amens, just find the love. Find the love. Because this is what's going to happen if you don't find it. Go to the next verse, Victoria. Let's jump down. Matter of fact, he said, earth shall see that thou call the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of it. Listen, folks will be afraid of you when they know you love God. Can I tell you this? Folks are afraid of you when you're in the right relationship. That's right. They call it jealousy, but they're really afraid of you. It builds a fear because they go like, God, I just can't believe that's real. Because they don't know what it's like. That's right. I'm trying to help somebody. Victoria, jump down to the, I want to say the, let's look at the 14th verse. 14th verse. Now, y'all heard about all the blessings, right? Yeah. Now, we're going to talk about folks that hang up on God. It said, thou shalt not go aside from any. Here come. This is where he's talking to you, but you're asleep. Yeah, you had more energy for last night than you have for today. You bring God leftovers. See, when I come to church in the word, I get fired up. I don't care how tired I am. I know somebody, I could be at work that drove. I mean, one time I drove all night long. I went to a conference and I had to get to church. I drove out there. I rushed in the side door. I think Gary remember. And I got dressed, just enough time to get dressed and hit the pulpit. And I was not tired. Why? Because I was going, I was the bride coming to my groom. I don't mean that literally, internet. I'm talking about the church coming to help. Yeah, you got to be careful. You're talking about the internet. No, ain't none of that here. Yeah, ain't no white sugar, brown sugar, coke sugar, whatever kind of sugar, none of that here. Hello, all man. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, get that part clear. Hello. Yeah. I'm on the internet. I gotta remember some stuff here. It says, thou shalt not go aside for any of the work. Listen, any of the words which I command you this day, to the right hand or to the left, and listen, and other gods to serve them. Here it is. You come to church, not y'all. People come to church saying they love God, but their real God is shown by their checkbook. And a real check is shown by their spirit in church. Some of them, praise God, listen, they just come to church because that's just something to do. Come on, y'all don't look at me crazy. I'm trying to get this word out today. I got to preach it like he gave it to me. I ain't afraid. Hold on, somebody. We got to stop coming to church if we don't really love him. Amen. I'm not saying don't stop going to church, but I'm saying when you come to church because you love God. Amen. Amen. I have people say, well, I ain't coming because Bishop out of town. Baby, don't be in love with me. You don't even know who Bishop Alton's sermon is. You know Bishop. You in love with the word that God brings out of me, which anybody else can stand up here. Much anointed preacher. That's how you tell where folks are. Spiritually, they won't listen to nobody but you. Now, I know some preachers like that, but I don't want to be that preacher. Because God is a jealous God just like you. How many of you want to share a man? Or share a woman? Listen, I don't play that. I'm going to tell you something. When I get hooked up, listen, you need to let them know. You know, many of us are like a lot of people. You can run into a couple and they run into somebody who they used to know or whatever, and they talking to the person and never recognize they with you. Church folk meet somebody in the world and never recognize God. Wow. When they just got out of church from praising him. I've even seen some people could go out to eat and not one word of the Lord come out. Not even a mention of the word, not even a mention of praise or blessings or nothing. They talking about everything else but God. All right. If it's in you somewhere, somehow, you ought to talk about it. Yes, right. Show me somebody who's in love with somebody and they don't talk about it. Wake up, ladies. If he ain't talking about you, listen, Solomon, I said this statement, I'm going to say it again. I met a woman who I've never met. That makes me say, wow, every second, every minute, every hour of every day. I met God's Wonder Woman. Because see, you need to understand something very powerful. When you meet, hello, somebody, that right person. Hello? You listen, come on now. For a man, it's Wonder Woman. For a woman, it's Superman. Come on, because see, he's Superman, because listen, he ain't got to go in the phone booth. But he'll fly to highest heights. He'll stop bullets for you. Come on, somebody. He'll take his cape and scoop you up if you're in trouble. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to get you to understand how this thing works. And she's talking about Superman all the time. And he's talking about Wonder Woman all the time. Always on their mind. You got somebody always on your mind, you might need to check some stuff. Because there's a whole lot of folk, you with somebody, you don't even think about them. Matter of fact, you can't wait not to be in that site. You'd rather stay at work with a machine and come home to the...
You telling the truth.
Oh, y'all don't want to... I see I'm talking to the wrong church. I'm trying to deliver some folk today. God says, I'm tired of you being so caught up in the stuff I give you. And you don't want no time with me. You rather hang more time in washing the car than you do in reading with me. You rather, oh, come on now, watch a TV program or a basketball game for 3 hours, but you can't give me 34 minutes. Oh, no, I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just trying to get you to see this thing from a reality point. If they listen, or you always on your cell phone when I'm supposed to be the main object. Today, if you're riding with somebody and you're supposed to be on a date with them, you out to dinner with them and they on their cell phone the whole time, please don't do that date again. Because when you get in the presence of God, he don't ask for much. All he asks is that when you come in my presence for this little hour and a half, that you have your mind on him. He says in Isaiah 26, those that keep their mind stayed on me. You can listen. That's why you can't sleep at night, because your mind on the other side of town. Oh, I know this is a good one. I'm gonna look at this. I'm going back and look at this on there. Hello, somebody. Why is this so vital? Because you need to get this. Because here's what's gonna happen. The 15th verse, Victoria. But if thou shalt come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken, if you hang up on God, and most of us have hung up on God. You know what, I made it my business that I make sure on Saturday I get enough rest that I'm always ready for church.
Oh, amen.
I learned this a long time from my pastor. He said God can use a rested mind than a tired voice. He said, you gonna stay up all night claiming on God, studying, and you sleeping when you get to my church? I don't need that. I can't speak to you sleeping.
Yeah, right now.
Y'all didn't hear this. He'd rather you go to bed.
Yes, sir.
I tell priests all the time, listen, if they're on the mileage, I say, you don't need to be building no message on Saturday.
That's right.
You should have a word all week long. You should rest on Saturday so you can be ready, because if you're not rested, the enemy will get you. I used to teach a word called halt. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. That's when you got to say halt a lot, because the enemy comes after you when you're hungry. Oh, come on. Esau and Jacob, come on. He was hungry. Angry. Look at all the folk that messed up in the church. Watch this. Throughout the Bible, when they were angry. Lonely. Come on, David. Oh, ooh, Sheba. Y'all don't get it. Lonely. What about tired?
True.
You find yourself tired, that is when the enemy can run rampant on your life. He said, I give my beloved rest. You need to get rest. Anytime you find, when people tell me that the spirits and stuff attack them, they ain't get no rest. And you got to hear me. He cannot bother you. You overcome him according to 1 John 5. You don't have the power to be messing with you at night and stuff, all that foolishness. Now, I don't tell people that when they come to me. I pray with them and give them all on it. But the real story, they need to get some sleep. It's something that they not giving to God that's keeping them up. And if they go to sleep, whatever it was, will go away. Because when you rest,